Dwayne Huff with Influence Seminars, and today I want to talk about 5 specific ways that you can increase your influence in your career, in your business, and even in your personal life. But the question comes up, Dwayne, why would I want to increase my influence? Isn't that kind of manipulative? Well, let's first define that, okay? First of all, influence and manipulation, 2 completely different things. And somebody once told me, the only difference between manipulation and influence is intention. Well, if that's it, if that's all it is, I think that's enough. But as Dr. John Maxwell told me one time, he says, Dwayne, influence is when we add value to the lives of people. And in order to understand what it is they value before we give it to them is what we call aligned value. And that aligned value is person specific. So it's important that we're able to do that because influence equals opportunity, because all opportunity comes through people. So there you go. That's why you'd want to increase your influence with people. So 5 specific ways to do that I want to share with you in this short video. By the way, if you're enjoying the videos as I shoot them, please drop a comment, ask a question. I'd love to know what you'd like to know about increasing your influence. And if I can be of help to you specifically, shoot me a message here on this channel. I'm shooting this right now on LinkedIn, but if it's on YouTube or Facebook or where the case might be, just reach out to me. Let me know how I can serve and help you. And if you'd like to schedule a call to where we could strategize and help you come up with a plan, let's do that. You can reach me at influenceseminars.com or just shoot me a text at 225-772-3264 and let's schedule a time to talk. And if I can help you in your organization, we can talk about that as well. But without further ado, 5 specific things you can do to increase your influence with people so that you can open the doors to your own opportunity. First and foremost, I have this written down on cards so that I don't forget, and it kind of keeps me on track to serve you. The first thing is this: solve, sorry about that, solve real problems. What do I mean by that? Well, I have a background in sales, and it's always about trying to solve the problem of the customer so that we can provide a solution if it's a good fit to serve them. But that happens in any form of business, if we're a business owner, serving our clients, if we're a business owner, serving our employees, if we're management, being able to serve our employees, if we're employees, being able to solve real problems for the business, being a problem solver. But the real problem is many times in the perception, which perception obviously becomes that reality, is solving problems that the customer, that the boss, that the employee, that the manager, that the client perceives that they are having. Solving those real problems. And if we understand that it's not really the problem, being able to meet them where they are, understand what the real problem is, and helping them to see how we can solve that problem for them, and then demonstrating that we're able to do that. But to just go in there and not really align and not add real value or solve real problems, it's nice and people appreciate it, but if it's not something that's a real pain or that can really help them in their career, in their life, in their business, they're only going to value it so much. It's like I say all the time, it's like imagine giving a present to your best friend on their birthday, and you give them something that they totally don't like, don't want, or not interested in. They're going to be thankful, they're going to be kind, they're going to be nice, but they're going to think as you walk away, what were they thinking? But if you got your friend the perfect, ideal gift, like if they're a golfer, you got them a set of golf clubs, wow, how much more would they appreciate that? So number 1 is find out what the real problems are. Meet them where they are. If they perceive the problem is X, meet them there. But then slowly shift and help them to see how maybe what's causing X is probably Y, and you can be the solution, or you can help them solve that problem. So that's number 2. That's number 1. Number 2, in the process of solving those problems and adding aligned value to the people that you're serving, I would say give away your best stuff, your best advice, your best information, your best processes, your best IP, your best frameworks. I know, I hear it. I can hear it. I'm not even there, but I can hear you. What? Give away, Dwayne, give away our IP for free? Give away our best stuff for free? Listen, Hear me out, okay? Especially in my business of training, speaking, coaching, and consulting, for me, it was really a big deal to not want to give up too much, to hold it back and charge for the good stuff. But what I came to find out was that if I was holding back, I wasn't serving at the highest level and I didn't get the clients that I wanted and I wasn't able to serve them at the highest level. But here's what I found, and let me give you a metaphor to kind of explain the way it was explained to me. Imagine for a second whoever your favorite music group is. And it could be orchestra, it could be jazz, it could be rock, it could be heavy metal, it can be alternative, it could be folk music. I don't know. Whatever it is for you. It could be reggae. I like some reggae. I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan myself, right? And Kenny Chesney and the whole island vibe, right? Whatever it is for you. Whoever your favorite band is, Maroon 5 is coming to mind for me too. Whatever your favorite band is. Now, chances are you've listened to them time and time and time. They're on your playlist. They're on Pandora. You have old records, depending on how old you are. You have old DVDs or CDs or whatever the case might be. You might watch them on YouTube. But the minute they come to your hometown, here's my question. If you're available and you have money for the ticket, are you going to that concert? Most of the time, the answer is yes, right? Because you listen to them time and time again, you enjoy their music. You might even watch them live on YouTube. This summer, I'm a big Kenny Chesney fan. Listen to him all the time. Watch him on YouTube. We have a tiki bar out at my house, and so it's constantly on. But he came to town, and it was only $85 to get into Tiger Stadium and see him. I was there with bells on. We watched the whole concert. It was amazing because it's the live experience. Same thing happens in your career, in your business, in your life. Whenever you give people your very best, it compels them to want more and to work with you. Now they're buying the experience they get, the time they get, the interaction, the relationship, the guidance, the expertise, that trusted advisor status. And that's if you're in sales or if you're an executive or you're working with a client. I mean, just the sky's the limit. No situation is exempt from this. Give them your very best stuff, and they'll buy your records and they'll attend your concert. And that's how I've built my brand, is that pretty much everything that I do when I go and speak and train in organizations, small, medium, large size companies, chances are they've seen a video of me like this. They've watched some of my video training. We've had calls, like live Zoom calls, and eventually they say, "Hey, man, let's do something here. Let's come in. Let's work together." The same thing will happen for your business, right? So the second tip again is give away your best stuff, because even when you do, you position yourself as the go-to person. They don't want to do business with anybody else. They don't trust anybody else. They want guidance. They don't want guidance from anybody else. They will follow. If you're a leader, they'll follow you because you have poured your best into them. Number 3, let go of the outcome. Let go of the outcome, and this is really in sales. If you're trying to help a client, help a customer, help a prospect. Yeah, obviously, as a sales professional, you want to be able to sell so you can make a living, the company can make money, blah, blah, blah. But what really sets us in a position of neediness and greediness, if you will, is that we're so committed to and we're so locked into getting the result, which many times is the sale. Now, it doesn't just have to be for salespeople. This can be for anybody. We talk about negotiations all the time, and negotiation is when two parties come together trying to reach an agreement on something that's mutually beneficial. It could play out that way. Another way it could play out is that you and your boss are trying to come to agreement on something, and you see it working out a certain way, and you're so bent on it working out that way, and the boss sees it working out another way. That's when problems start to arise. So you have to let go of the outcome. And as I mentioned in the last step, give your very best, pour yourself into them, serve them, go the distance, and let go of the outcome. Because when you do, know that even if it doesn't come back to you immediately right there, or you don't get an immediate payoff, that number one, well, 3 things. You're going to activate 3 things as a result of just giving. Number one, you're going to activate what's known as the law of the harvest, or sowing and reaping. What you sow, you reap. Many times you reap it much later. You reap it in much more abundance, but you're going to reap the exact same thing you sow. So know that by giving your best, you're going to reap the very best in return, but it might not come directly from that person. It might come later, but it's going to come in great abundance. Number two, the law of reciprocation. Anytime you give and over deliver and add value to the lives of people and really pour yourself into them, it is coming back to you because they feel it's like a ledger balance. It's like you've chalked up the ledger and they're like, what can I do for this person to kind of ease this tension in my body about needing to even and balance the scales? And we're not doing that to, we're not giving to get, but it's the natural law that we're activating, and they naturally want to give back to us. So they try to find a way to help us out too. And if in sales, for example, if they can't give us the business, they want to refer us the business, and they tell everybody about us because we're so good to them, right? And then the third thing is the law of, how did I say that? The law of circulation, which means what comes around goes around. But it also activates something known as flow, which means circulation and flow. As long as I continue to give, that cycle of circulation and flow continues. But the moment I stop, it stops coming back to me in the law of the harvest, and it stops people from being able to be activated in the law of reciprocity. I hope that makes sense. So the point being is let go, excuse me, that's my stomach growling. Let go of the outcome whenever you're serving, because it's not to get, it's just to serve and to give, and good things happen. The next one, number 4, is consistency. Now, I was told about this a long time ago, and I still struggle with this one. But here's why I say it. When we're consistent in the way we show up in our actions, and the way we serve, and the way that we put ourselves out there, and the way we market, right? And the way that we approach our customers, and the way that we do our jobs, and the way that we conduct our business, consistency. Number 1, showing up consistently. Number 2, being consistent is a huge thing because it builds trust, it builds respect, it builds brand awareness, it builds personal brand, right? And if we're inconsistent in our moods and our actions and our work ethic and the way that we show up, people don't know what to do with that, right? And so it takes a lot longer to make that connection of building trust, like and know factor. And people are compelled and feel comfortable doing business with people that they know, like, and trust, companies they know, like, and trust, because they recognize it. It's dependable. It shows up consistently. Let me share a story with you. Here's where I really learned this lesson. I was kind of forced into it. I spent 6.5 years in pharmaceutical sales. Legitimately. Yeah. Anyway, so 6 years in pharmaceutical sales, and my first job, they didn't set us a numbers goal. Hey, you got to sell this much. Here's your quota. They set us an activity goal. You have to see 12 doctors and 6 pharmacies without exception every single day, Monday through Friday. And I was scared to death, so I did what they said. It took 4 months. Now, I didn't realize this until later. They told me this. They were going to shut down the territory that they put me in because they didn't think it was a good territory. But I was so scared to fail that I did exactly what they told me to do. It took 4 months of calling 12 doctors, 6 pharmacies every single day before one doctor wrote one of my prescriptions. How long would it have taken you to give up? I wanted to quit many times. I was beating my head up against the wall. I was scared to death they were going to fire me. But I can remember that 4th month, that one day when I started to happen. And when it happened, that one doctor exploded the number of prescriptions he was writing. And then another. And then another. It was like popcorn, man. But if I would have quit, if I would have given up, if I wouldn't have been consistent, I would have never built the amount of trust necessary in the territory to see those kind of results. We have to be consistent in order to be more influential. And finally, number 5, open doors for people. Now, okay, fine, you can open doors physically for people. That's a very nice thing to do. But what I'm saying is, even when the opportunity is not there for you, or even when the doors are shut for you and you haven't broke through yet to the next level you're trying to accomplish, the client you're trying to win, the customer you're trying to sell, the job you're trying to get, the business you're trying to get, the manager's approval you're trying to get, the executive you're trying to get buy-in from, or as an executive, your people's buy-in, right? Even if you're not getting that result that you're looking for, again, let go of the outcome and do something for them. Open a door of opportunity for them. Maybe that's a promotion. Maybe that's a connection with another person. Maybe that's a lateral move. Maybe that's, hey, I can't give you the business, but you need to go talk to this person, right? What kind of doors can you open for other people? Because when you do that, again, you're activating those 3 laws, because you give first. The law of reciprocity, the law of the harvest, the law of circulation will activate in your favor. It will come back to you. It might come back later. It'll come back in great abundance. And if you're consistent on doing that stuff, all those things work together. So let me review real quick. I got my cards out of order here, I think. But let me see if I can do this. Number 1, if you want to be more influential, be a problem solver, but solve real problems. Find out what the real problem is. Help them to see it. Serve them. Get them a result by number 2, giving away your very best. Because just like your favorite band, they're going to listen to your records. They're going to buy your records, but they're also going to attend your concert and want to work with nobody else. Finally, number 3, let go of the outcome, because that's where we get in trouble, and that's where we get disappointed, we get discouraged, we get frustrated, and that can stop all of those 3 laws that we were talking about as well, because the harvest, the circulation, and law of reciprocity will serve you as long as you're giving your very best. Number 4, be consistent, because that consistency builds trust, that trust factor. And many times just before you break through is the temptation to give up. Don't do it. Keep going. And finally, open doors for people. If the opportunities and the promotions and the next level isn't quite coming for you yet, and you haven't broke through yet, that is an indication it's time for you to pay it forward and open the doors from other people. I hope this served you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like this, share it with somebody that can benefit. Drop a comment. I'd like to hear what you'd like to know about being more influential. And if I can serve you on any level, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me a direct message, drop a comment, or shoot me a text, 225-772-3264. Say, hey, Dwayne, I love what you're talking about here. Let's talk about how it applies in my life. We'll schedule a time to call. And it's like today, I was talking to a gentleman. Our paths have crossed, but we've never met. We know a lot of the same people, and a friend of mine referred me to him. And I said, look, let's just have a conversation. I may or may not be able to help you guys, but it's always nice to make another connection, because I know all of these things that we're just talking about right here, I can serve that person and the word will spread. And the more I do that, the more it spreads. But chances are I know their situation, and I might be able to serve their needs. And that would turn into business for me and a benefit to them. So we have to let go of the outcome. And I'm going to let go of the outcome. And he said the same thing. He says, look, I don't know if you can help us or not, but I'd love to have a conversation with you, because I might know somebody you can help. And I always like to make new friends and business contacts. Guys, if you want to be more influential, give. Be a person of value, solve real problems, be consistent. And remember, all opportunity comes through people. So when you increase your influence, you open the doors and expand your own personal opportunities and your business opportunities better than anything else you could do. If I can be of service, let me know. Until we talk again, have a great day. And I think it's Friday when I post this, so have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.